The date is May 22nd, 2021. I was scrolling through Twitter, as is my hourly routine, and on my feed I catch a name I haven't heard in a minute. GunZ The Duel. Apparently back in April, a video about the game blew up and got people reminiscing about its glory days, some even picking it up and playing again. But just what is GunZ The Duel? GunZ was an online third-person shooter developed in South Korea that released in the mid-2000s, aka the golden age of the internet. Whoa, wait. Mid-2000s? It's 2021, man. Why would you want to play this old game?
Yeah, dude, are you coming back to League anytime soon? I know it's been like
hey, bro, you should play Apex.
Kind of a long time, but
yeah,
yo,
bro,
you gotta
so
play
good.
Destiny with us, dude. We have an
So
expansion
good.
coming out.
Much better than the other game I played.
Halo
bro.
now.
No, I mean,
There's
you need a third.
big
free trial.
space man.
Well, let me tell you why. GunZ The Duel is an old gem heralded as a beautiful accident. Once its dedicated player base discovered the exploits which would later become staple advanced techniques, this game unintentionally became one of the most technical competitive titles to have ever been created. Wow, that sounds familiar. Young kids had stepped into this game and came out to become kings, champs, legends of the esports world, and I, having achieved high ranks in some games and competed at a national level in others years ago, wanted to step in and learn these ancient techniques that shaped and formed these god gamers. This is my journey to learn an infamously technical playstyle hidden in a 17-year-old video game. This is my journey to learn the art of kstyle. It's the next day. I hop on my PC, boot up the game, and am greeted to a whopping 261 players online. See, not only is this a 17-year-old game, but this is one of its many private servers, as most official gun servers shut down in the early 2010s. The one I'm playing on is iGunz, as I've been told it's the server closest to emulating the vanilla Guns experience. Despite the aforementioned circumstances, 261 players seems pretty good actually. As I log in, I get a notification instructing me to make a character and am greeted with the character select screen. A very lifting feeling hits me the moment I see this background. Is this feeling nostalgia for something I've never experienced? Or maybe the euphoria for beginning a new journey? Probably the latter. I found out later this was the original login screen, so whatever sort of nostalgia I thought I was feeling was just half placebo, with the other half being held up by the background music. Anyways, on to character creation. So I'm picking a female character, since I heard their hurtbox is smaller than male characters, meaning it's harder for female characters to get hit. Don't worry fellas, it's not weird, it's just optimal. What is weird, however, is whatever's going on with my character's forehead. Damn! You got that Pez dispenser noggin, not gonna lie. But I presume to be a bug, it won't let me see the actual hair options, so I move on the faces, and I land on the glasses look. Weapons don't really matter here, I'll be customizing a loadout afterwards, as I need a specific loadout to pursue my goal. Ah, there's my actual hair. Went from Pez dispenser to bootleg Lara Croft. Baby steps, I guess. But I have many more steps to take in the aesthetic area, and that, along with the rest of my journey, begins here. Hearing this menu theme roll in, I know I'm not experiencing half nostalgia this time around, and instead feel like I'm reminiscing fondly on an experience which I never had. The era this game was at its peak, I was spending my time enjoying games such as RuneScape, Adventure Quest, World of Warcraft, and various browser-based Flash games, so sadly, I missed out on the authentic GunZ experience. I may be a decade and a half late, but hey, I'm here now, so let's hop in this training lobby to get a grasp of things and, oh, right. I know I'm new, but I can't just show up in a lobby looking breathless. Let's fix that real quick. So a plus side to playing this game on a private server is that everyone has access to all the cosmetics and weapons instead of having them behind, at best, in-game currency, and, at worst, paywalls, as is standard old Korean MMO fashion. Fashion? Right, let's look around. First off, sword. There were some cool options to choose from. There was even a mace in there for some reason. Wait, that's not a sword. The scimitar is the most appealing to me though. It's nice and shiny. So that's a cop. Ranged weapons. I said earlier that I needed a specific loadout, and that loadout will be consisting of 2 shotguns. That's right, 2 of them. In terms of appearance though, none of the shotties were really interesting to me. I may be American, but I know nothing about my breeds of gun, so I'm just gonna grab 2 and dip. Oh, also I'll be picking up training versions of each of my weapons.
So no head?
Ooh, that bucket hat is clean. There's so many other options to go through, but I am pretty set on this hat. I don't think anything will come close to... There's something strange about this mask. It's not its creepy and hostile appearance, no. I don't know why, but I feel like it resonates with me. Like I was fated to cross paths with it. Like it was made for me. No, that's absurd. It's just a virtual item. What am I even going on about? I came here to look for my character's new hat, and I got what I needed. Nothing more. Let's just move on. After about 15 minutes of exploring the remaining options, it is finally time to debut my full outfit. Bucket hat, blouse, anime gunslinger gloves, skinny jeans, leggings with a bandage, she can have a little edginess, and the Reeboks with the straps. This amalgamation of different fashions is what I like to refer to as peak swagger. Only true fashion pioneers would understand. Now that I'm fitted out and ready to introduce myself to the world of guns, I throw on the training shotguns, return to the lobby, and enter the game for the first time. Welcome to town. We'll be spending most of our time learning kstyle on this cozy little map. Ah, right, I should explain to you what kstyle is. Learning it is like the entire subject of this video series after all. Kstyle, short for Korean style, is a playstyle that revolves around animation canceling various moves to not only optimize damage output, but more importantly, optimize movement and overall control of one's character. This style of play is made possible due to exploits found by the Korean player base, since they were the first to get access to the game. Funny enough, these glitches became the main attraction to GunZ, turning the game's identity from a mediocre MMO to one of the most technical, electric, and high skill ceiling competitive games ever conceived. It's what's kept this game still kicking for nearly 2 decades. To learn kstyle is to learn the spirit of GunZ, and that's what I've set out to do on this journey. First things first, we're going to need to change our key bindings. Custom key bindings are not only highly recommended, but also a frequent discussion in the GunZ community, as key bindings widely vary from player to player. To start, I'm moving alternative fire to shift and block to right mouse button. Next, I'll be placing sword on mouse 5. Lastly, I'll be removing previous weapon and next weapon with a second key binding of weapon 1 and weapon 2 to Q and E respectively. Blocking and swapping the sword is something I'm going to be doing a ton of, so I need easy access to those two while freeing up work for my left hand, as this game is very movement intensive. That said, I want my weapon key bindings to be as close as possible to WASD. The default keys of 2 and 3 were already fairly close, but I want something tighter, so Q and E feels like the perfect choice. Each control can be bound to 2 different keys though, so sword and the 2 weapons will also still stay bound to their defaults. Now that controls are done, it's time to learn a couple bread and butter K-style moves, starting off with the butterfly. This move consists of cancelling the animation of a sword slash with a block, significantly cutting down the slash's end lag. Paired in tandem with a jump and a dash prior, this creates the butterfly. The butterfly allows one to do a melee attack, then immediately block oncoming bullets and other melee attacks, all while staying in motion, making it a tool very effective in combat. With having placed block right next to fire, this made performing the move pretty easy as soon as I got used to dashing. Next is the swap shot. If butterfly is the bread, then swap shot is the butter. Swap shot revolves around cancelling the end lag from firing a high delay weapon, for example, a shotgun, by switching to a second weapon, such as a second shotgun, which increases one's overall damage output. Wow, that also sounds familiar. You can continue doing the swap between 2 weapons until you have to reload, but since I came in with training shotguns, having the reload is the least of my worries. Just like the butterfly, this was also really simple thanks to my new key bindings. I spend the next 5 minutes running around the map spamming butterflies and swap shots. However, everyone in this room is either AFK or on a no typing just vibes basis. I'd like to interact with someone either learning themselves or helping others learn, so I hop out and head back to the main lobby to find a room titled I'll Teach New Players kstyle. Perfect. Hi,
Hi,
I'm here to learn kstyle.
the guy who was teaching left.
Oh. F.
Yes, what you wanna learn?
Wherever to start, really.
You already know the butterfly. Try double butterfly. Climbing walls, a 9, and you will be fine.
In order to perform a wall climb, you must jump at a wall with a sword out, jump off of it, slash in the air, dash back towards the wall, and repeat. Normally jumping off a wall will perform a wall jump, but it locks you in an animation where you can't perform any other movement actions until you land. This is where the slash comes in, as it cancels that entire animation and lets you bypass the movement lock. As I got that down, my mind started feeling too hazy to work on the double butterfly. You see, I had a growing urge. One that's been growing since I was in the last room pelting others with 0 damage training shotguns. That urge was the masculine urge to one-on-one someone. No, it's too early for that. I need to sit down and focus. My training is much more important right now. We could try 1v1s enough. Welcome to Hall, the staple map of the game mode, The Duel. Whoa, that's kinda like the name of the game, ahaha. Players take turns in one-on-one battles where the loser rotates out and is replaced by the next person in line, while the winner stays in and gains a gem which indicates their number of consecutive wins, with yellow equaling 1, blue equaling 5, and red equaling 10 wins, where at that point your win streak will be announced over the server. But I don't care about any of that, I just want to fight people. Hello.
Let's rock! You lose!
Damn. Well, it's my first one, it'd just simply be like that. Look, I played fighting games competitively for the last 7 years. I'm no stranger to getting my ass handed to me for hours on end until I find even the slightest grain of success. Oh, I got one! Baby's first guns kill, we're making progress.
Woman, you shall look at for a clan. Anyone wanna join me clan? I'm looking for friends.
Sorry, but I'm more of a lone wolf. Why did I say that? Unfortunately, that first kill would be my last in this lobby, as I got absolutely slapped 9 more times before the server went down for a restart. It's a private server, this will happen a lot. I've been staying determined so far, but as I stare into the login screen, feelings of intimidation creep in. Everyone's aiming and moving so much better than me. Do I have what it takes to learn kstyle? Do I truly have the determination to keep going? The server comes back online, and at this moment, I know what I must do next. It's been on my mind since I first stumbled across it. I didn't know why it resonated with me. Frankly, I still don't fully understand, but when doubt crept in, I realized at least one thing. You're probably thinking to yourself, why does this strange piece of headgear hold such value to you? It doesn't give any sort of stat boost or other gameplay advantage. Also, it's ugly as fuck, so why? I've pointed out its creepy and hostile look, but I'm more focused on its other physical quality. This mask has the shape of a mouse, and mice are incredibly adaptive animals. With the help of their long tail and flexible body, these little rodents seem to find themselves just about anywhere. When a tight space blocks their path, they manage to squeeze through, and if that path is too tight or if there's not even a path at all, they find a way to make one for them. As long as I can get their head to fit through, the rest of their body can too. That quality is where the value of this mouse-shaped mask comes in. As the mask sits around my head, it serves as a reminder to myself that as long as I can get my head around these obstacles, I can pull through and get to where I want to be. So I step back into another duel lobby, no longer with the desire for combat, but rather the desire to face doubt and mop the floor with it. Man, what an eventful first day this was. From making a character and styling them out, to coming across this mysterious mask, to learning some basics, and then missing out on a teacher, and then getting owned and reclaiming my confidence. It's been an adventure so far, and this is just day one. I still have a long ways to go before I can say I've learned the art of kstyle. My journey's just begun, and I'm looking forward to whatever lies ahead. Hey you, yeah you, like and subscribe. Cool, thanks, bye.